Yes,
What is
it's
that?
over.
Thank God.
Call it a day. Sorry that it had to end this way.
That's the
Decision
hot,
day. It's decision day.
We are not sorry it's over.
hot
We are
mess.
laughing because the fuckery was real.
But first, there's a fourth member. We got our girl for decision day. Welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
I'm so excited.
shall we-
I'm dying to hear what everybody has to say.
Shall we go in the order of how they presented? Nate and Stasia. Vanessa, we'll let you go first.
Well, technically, edit-wise, they always go for a match first. Because every time we've seen it, it's always like, let's start off with the good news.
Strong news.
So, and of course, editing-wise, they made everything look, like it was
Suspenseful.
suspenseful. Yeah, but I think that they're a solid couple. I think that they're going to do well. I hope he cuts his braids. I don't know what
Thank you. Thank you, man.
hairstyle is.
Thank you. I've been talking about that all season.
Make it
The
stop.
little piece in the back, and now they're up front like here. Please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't mind the braids. It is those horn things and the things that stick out. Yeah, I'm just like, bro, like
It looks so much better if it was clean, or just like you don't need this or this. He doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was no surprise. I think everybody expected them to say yes. Chris, you only gave him a 90% saying yes. Tanya and I said 100% they were both going to say yes.
When I say 90%, I'm saying there's this much chance.
There's a chance that they weren't going to say no. That was like a 10%.
You still lost.
Having a history of having my home that I've had for 30 years and having men that have been married to, husbands, come into my home, it's a very different dynamic because it's my home. So there are certain things that I'm not willing to compromise on, the way it runs, how I like it. And I understand Nate's reticence. Like, are you ever going to give me any say in your house? And if anything goes wrong, are you going to kick me out? That totally resonated with me because I understand that vulnerability, because this is a house that I've worked for and paid for. And, and I wasn't willing to say, let me sell this and let's start something new. It was always like, this is my house, that's your house. So I get that. And I know that that's a dynamic that they're going to have to work on, and she's going to have to compromise.
Yeah.
And maybe buy something together that they can both create. So he'll feel,
because they're young enough to start with something fresh.
Exactly.
Whereas like you're saying, and me, and I guess Tanya or even Chris, we're saying we've already established this. But how did you think she handled it when they were like looking for stuff to buy for the house? And she was just like, I was like, girl, you gotta stop.
Yeah, but I think that's also them pushing it up to make it seem like it was more than it was actually. I think there's a little juice put on that. By the way, did you see the preview for the reunion?
I did not.
My DVR cut it off like as it was
starting. I heard that it was crazy.
I heard it explosive, and I can't wait. But I'm glad I didn't see it, because with production, they can cut and splice things together so that it makes you think one thing is being said to one person, and then when we see it, it's like boner killer. That's not what you showed me.
Well, they did a good job of it, because they were like, you hit on me twice.
What?
Yeah, apparently Nate supposedly hit on Justin per the preview. What? I don't believe it.
I don't believe that either.
Nate, of course, Chris, you would be on
Nate, or Nate hit on Justin.
Nate hit on Justin.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
That's saying a whole lot.
That's saying a whole lot. Well, they put it in the preview. That's all I can tell you. And
It'll be interesting.
Oh shit! All right.
But back to your question, Shahida, with the whole going shopping thing. Yes, I totally felt. Obviously, it was purely drama for the show, but I felt her on that one, because that would be me. If I met a dude and he moved into my house and now we want to go shopping, or if I want to like go get a new piece of furniture or something, anything, and he parted his mouth to be like, well, I like that one over there, I'd be like, oh no, like you have no.
Really? See, I wouldn't be that way.
I'm terrible.
I wouldn't. There's some things I probably would be, but on the whole, if I know that I'm trying to build something with this person, I would be a lot more easygoing about it. Now, if I just absolutely, I mean, I don't want like a moose head hanging in my living room. No, but we can compromise on a whole lot of things.
Like you would not get a man room, like a man cave.
We all have like established house, like decor, all that kind of stuff. She hasn't moved into that house yet. So there's still some flexibility of like, okay, well, we can, what do you think about this? Or even if she has an idea of, I like these two things, what do you think? With the decor, because it was all the basics of it was there, but there were still small finishes and stuff that wasn't done yet. Mm-hmm. So I think he should,
be able to have a say. But you know what? I think that they're going to be successful too, because I like her mom. Her mom gives very good practical advice, and she didn't seem to be like, it got to be my daughter's way or no way. She's like, let's meet your husband in the middle, so to me she seems like she'd be a very good mother-in-law. So somebody needs to talk Stasha down, and I like that. So I really do see them being able to make it going forward.
Plus he had no mother. He had no mother. His history had no mother, so she's very maternal. So I think she'll really be an asset to that couple, because he can reach out to her and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
She helped him a lot. Yeah, and I think once the cameras are off of them, that because you see how in his body language when they both said yes, and he was a little bit more softer, even when they were like leaving. It was kind of like, maybe because some people don't like to be on camera, but I mean, he signed up for that shit, but whatever. But he was a little standoffish and aloof, obviously, during the season, but you could see a sense of calmness, and he seemed a little bit more loving and touchy-feely with her when they both said yes and were, popping their champagne. So I think that now that there's no cameras involved, and I think they'll be fine. Ooh,
I think he lucked into a good thing, and I think she needs someone like him as well. So I think that's a good.
They're into each other.
Yeah, they are attracted to each other for sure.
Mm-hmm. I got to get me one of them door swings, though. Hey, for what? I'm just saying.
Chris's face was like, why?
No, I just got one.
I did a scene on Desperate Housewives with Marsha Cross with a door swing, and it was in her garage, and she was trying to figure out what it was, and so I'll have to break that one out of the meme.
No, I think I saw that it was posted on your Instagram that a fan had put up. I remember.
Yes.
Christopher, you legit bought one?
Yeah.
Oh, for God. You know what? I just can't with you.
He's a Scorpio.
I have to thank Married at First Sight for the. I was like, that's a good idea.
He's a Scorpio, so.
Anyway, so we were good. Shahida and I won for Stasha. And next is, ooh, Lord, Justin and Alexis.
She's awful. She's still awful to me.
The only reason why she said yes was to save face.
For the camera.
That is it. When he said yes and was doing all that, and she's like, well, I got a list or whatever she did. And then she sounded totally not genuine reading what she read to him. And then she said, oh yeah, whatever. I think she only did that to just save face for the cameras. And that was it. Because you saw right after they said I do or yes, it just went south after that.
I think he's also sick of a bullshit of the line of like being a sham, going like, look, you don't want to be in this, do you? Mm-hmm. It's not like he was like, she said, I said yes. You don't want on your wedding, your decision day, you want to be like, yes. Yeah, I said yes. What's the problem? As opposed to like, of course. I mean, what are you talking? Like, there shouldn't be any question when on a decision day, you saying yes or no. And she's just like, she's just the worst.
And I never thought she was into him physically ever. From the when she met him, she's like, I asked for tall, but like, I think she was like, but so what? I mean, I don't think she was into him at all.
No, because remember she met him on
Hinge,
Tinder or something, or
Hinge.
Was it Hinge? Hinge.
Hinge.
Oh yeah,
the dating app. They matched on a dating app.
How did I miss that?
And he reached out to her, and he said, "So are we gonna do this or go on a date or what?" And she never responded.
He left him on read.
He ghosted him.
Yeah, because I remember when she walked down the aisle, she's like, "I know him. He looks familiar."
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So this is what you guys had. Oh, go ahead, Vanessa. Were you getting ready to speak?
No. I go ahead.
This is what you guys had last week. Tanya, you had a 100% no for Alexis. Chris, you said Justin says yes, 65%. Oh, no. Tanya said that. Chris said 70% yes, Alexis. And 70% Justin.
I said 70% for her, just to say yes.
Yeah, that's right. And I said Justin 60% no and Alexis 100% no. So we both.
Well, you got that.
It was all over the place.
It's all over the place
because we knew that she was a liar.
Alexis is just messy. It's like even at the end when I'm done, that was completely inexcusable and just rude. But she wants to be in everybody else's business. I'm like, boo-boo, worry about yourself. Why are you in everybody's business?
I think because she was deflecting, though. Every time they asked her a question, she'd say, well, what about you? So she wouldn't have to answer. So that was, I think, her modus operandi, and right. I just don't think she was ever into him. And if somebody made me get rid of my dog, that's like, I mean, they didn't go to training. They didn't say, okay, this is an incident. This is her territory. You're inviting a new dog into. I mean, she had no recollection or no skills to like, let's deal with this problem as opposed to get rid of that dog. I can't have it.
That would have been an absolute deal breaker right there. I'm not giving up my dog or my cat. None of that. No.
That's why I thought he was going to say no, is because after he gave up the dog in the last couple of weeks, he'd been saying, she really did. That hasn't moved anything to hurt my side, that the fact that I gave up my dog because it was such a huge sacrifice and she's not acknowledging it. And he was hurt by that. So why would you say yes? This woman cares nothing about your feelings. And you being a dog person should understand that. Well, and I'm not a dog person, but I'm not going to force somebody to give up their dog.
Well, the fact that he even thought about giving the dog up shows how not whipped he was, but shows how badly he wanted her to, be with him, because there's no reason for him to give up his dog. She abused him the whole time, and I think he kind of liked it to a certain extent, or the challenge of trying to get her onto his. But he read her bullshit after a while. I'm glad at least he called her out.
In the very beginning about everything, but then when he got tired of her, he stopped all the tears. He stopped all the emotional pleas with the, and he just said, you know what? I'm going to talk to you like a regular person, and I'm Xing out the emotion. And she couldn't deal with that part either. I think she wanted the tears and wanted him broke down and whipped.
And you see, she had to, again, true to Alexis' form, with the low-key disrespect when they were on the couch. Did you peep that when Pastor Cal was talking about the intimacy and that they needed to work on it? And she's like, a dig to him. She's like, oh yeah, and work on it and work on it.
Do they only have sex one time?
I don't know. I think more than once, but they just keep referencing back to like the very first time.
Right.
I don't know. I couldn't tell. But the thing is, what I don't understand, and help me with this, okay, Vanessa, because you're an actress.
What?
I could not understand. Like we all said, she was not attracted to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
She did. And for a minute, she really had me, because I was arguing with Chris and Tanya that if she wasn't attracted to him, she wouldn't be all up on him. She wouldn't let him touch her. And that's a level of acting and manipulation that really stung me, because I couldn't imagine not being attracted to somebody and then having them all over me.
Right.
Just.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was all, she wanted to be the prize. She loved that whole dynamic with him begging and pleading and all that stuff. And this is a means to an end. Now we're talking about her and she'll get more IG followers and who knows? Yeah, I don't think she was sincere at all.
She did it all for the cameras.
At all.
And why would you say I love you too? Why would you do that? You don't love him? Did you feel
you don't even like
obligated?
him?
Yeah, exactly. I wonder, did she feel obligated to say it, but she wanted it? And it's all because when they walked away together after they said yes, and she kissed him, I'm like, I still don't believe her, but I kind of was like, really? Maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe, and then I was like, oh, okay, no,
she fucked with all our heads.
Bro, all of us. Listen to me. She is a walking red flag the entire season. He was too.
Business.
First of all, again, I'm going to look at you sideways. If I just meet you, I don't care if I'm on Married at First Sight. But what you're not going to do is get me on day 2 at the honeymoon like he did, and I'm in love with you. Ooh, boop, skirt, pump your brakes, bro. Like, I've only known you for like 24 hours. You don't know the half about me to be talking about I'm in love with you, I love you. They were throwing that love word out way too quickly and way too much for me that I was just like, they don't love each other. That's not. I think he in time grew to love her, but her, nah. She just said it because I guess she felt obligated to say it. Just never no love there. For her to say I'm done. I mean, they just had a little minor altercation at the little cocktail thing with the other couples. And he's like, oh, you think we can work on this? Yeah, nope. She didn't even look at him. Straight dead ass in the camera. I'm done.
But that's like we haven't gotten to that other couple, but that was that other one where I don't think she was attracted to, was not Bao. What was his name? Was his name Bao?
Well, Morgan. I hate Morgan.
Morgan and what was it?
Brutus. As I call her, Brutus. She's such a man. God forgive me.
You don't think that she was attracted to Ben?
No.
No.
And I don't think he was attracted to her.
Yeah.
Ben was cute.
Oh, he was cute, but I don't
think she liked him. I don't think she was attracted to him.
But that first day she was hyped.
What?
That first day she was really hyped all into him. And then the second day, it was only with the only after she found out about him saying that she wasn't a nurse that she got. But see, she's that type of person, I think, that she's quick to throw stuff away because it doesn't go her way. I thought she was into him. I could be wrong.
If she was into him, she would have given him another chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But did you see how she got all teary-eyed when Nate, I think it was Nate and Stasha, talking about their marriage, and they were like, we fought for this. Like, we're gonna we got married, and yeah, we had arguments, and yeah, we had some rough patches, but we chose to work through them and fight for this. And they cambered right to Morgan's and she's just like all teary-eyed. And I was just like coming in there with those high-waisted mom jeans and her breasts is all hanging out. I was like, girl, sit your ass down.
Let's not talk about mom jeans.
About her.
Hello.
What?
I got on some high-waisted right now.
Don't you stand up. Don't make me talk about you. Okay, so anything else on them, Alexis and Justin?
No. I don't have anything on them. I hope that Justin finds somebody who gives him everything, and that, because she didn't deserve his kind of attention, his kind of, love. I'm not saying I would be attracted to him, but there is somebody that really needs somebody to be in it for them and emotional for them. It's just not her. And I think for her, I think she will continuously be in bad relationships because she's selfish, she's manipulative, she's a liar, she's messy, and she's egotistical.
Wow. But she kept saying he's soft, he's soft, he's soft, he's soft. So she needs, she needs that thug kind of, roughneck kind of energy to shut her
exactly.
up. Yeah. And not put her in her place, but maybe that's what she
put her in her place. You're right, Ness, to put her in her place. She needs to feel, okay. She needs to feel that, whatever it is.
And you can still do it in a humorous way. Come on, woman, get over here. That's enough. Come on,
Right.
I'm not saying that she needs to get a beat down, but she needs that alpha male energy to counteract her real strong energy as well. And he was just way too soft to get to her level.
And like, okay, going off what you just said, how was that a good match? How did the professionals look at that and say this is a good match?
Black and tall.
Basically.
Yeah.
She wanted a tall dude. They got someone who's 6'8" or whatever. She wants it. She's 6 feet or however big she is. It's like, I want a tall dude.
Yeah. That was it. That was the only and watching the selection show. That was all they were talking about.
Who else are you gonna put Justin with?
He didn't have to be on the show. Why ruin that man's life? He didn't have to be on the show. You could have selected some other black guy.
But if he had the right woman, he'd have been all in it. He was so in to try to be married with a woman and taking all that stuff. If he had the right woman, it would have been done.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the right woman.
Dog back. He needs to get Maya back. I hope his best friend, gives him the dog.
You think Gil would have been good for her?
Hell no, he wouldn't have been attracted to her.
Yeah. He would not have been attracted to her.
Right. I'm just trying to think of what kind of personality, who would have.
Chris Williams have a lot of men, a lot of different personalities. It's that she's manipulating and she's internally a liar. That's the problem.
Chris, did you hear me? And I was like, you said would have been attracted. I was like, Chris Williams.
Not a put her.
All the Chris Williams or this Chris Williams?
Not a put her.
Not our Chris Williams. Chris.
Chris Williams. Oh, actually, you know what? That's not a bad. That's not a. The other Chris Williams. Do you remember that one, Ness? From what was it? Atlanta.
Chris and Paige. Remember Chris and Paige, and he kept
Atlanta
on her the entire time. Oh, he was horrible.
That was a couple seasons.
I'm looking it up right now.
I could see him in her. It might be some fireworks, but I could see them getting together, breaking up, getting together, I could see it.
But I don't know if he was attracted to Alexis. He has that energy of kind of being. She needs someone who's a little bit of a dick. You know what I mean? Yeah. A little bit of an asshole to be like, no, you ain't all that.
That's him.
Because Justin was like, look at you, queen. Look at you, beautiful, this, that, and the other. Chris would have been like, no, she's too big. Or something.
And he'd tell her
she'd have been like, oh, I can't believe he said that. Oh, you know what I mean? They would have not, that would not have been a
Tanya.
Nice call.
That was, and you were joking, but that hit it.
I was joking, but he's a dick. And he would tell her straight to her face. He wouldn't sugarcoat nothing with her.
I don't know him.
Google Chris and Paige it's the Atlanta season.
I got it right here.
You have to see his personality, not the picture, the personality. Because he was such an asshole.
Yeah.
He would have been good for her. That's
He's ugly.
That would have been really I would pay money to see that.
You know, they're really interesting. I wonder if they could do like a redo, Married at Second Sight, where you take other people from other seasons and maybe match them up, like homegirl from who's with the model dude who's kind of gay, and Christy or whatever, she was a figure skater.
Oh she was really nice.
For people who were paired with an asshole or someone who did not want to be in it, with people who really wanted to be in it. They have 14 seasons.
I wouldn't do a marriage show though. because you've got to be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Do it twice.
To do it twice. Yeah. I would do it for like.
But if you've both done it once and you know what it takes, well,
I'm not doing it twice. I would need a friggin' lobotomy if it didn't work out the first time, and I have the utter audacity to get up and do it on TV again. No,
but they would.
Now,
but you would know who the people are, though. You would know who the people are.
Of course they would. I mean, there are some people that have no shame and they would do it. Trust, and we would be watching it and talking about it. But I
like that better.
A dating show, just like how The Bachelor does. You know, they have Bachelor in Paradise, where they bring all the people that didn't get picked, and then they get to mingle amongst each other and do what they have to do. I would much rather prefer a dating show version of it, because to me, if you start doing like Married at Second Sight, Married Twice Again, now that's just making a mockery of the of marriage.
Because wasn't there? Remember the season? Remember we had this last season. They had Homegirl from Texas. Remember they set up Homegirl from the last.
He came from Texas. It was Boston,
right?
He came up to Texas.
Right,
I mean, the guy came from Texas.
I'm surprised they haven't done that more, or made a show about that.
He reached out to her, so it wasn't the shows doing it.
Yeah, but they could have manufactured that. That they could have been like, because none of those couples worked out either.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, what about that guy from Texas? That hey, why don't you call her?
She was hyped though.
She was hyped.
Who's next? Who's next, Tanya?
Lindy.
Annoying.
Can I just read what you guys said last week?
Woman, child, Lindy, whatever her name is.
Okay, so Tanya, you gave Lindy a 70% no. You said Miguel was a 60% yes. Chris, you said Lindy 75% yes. Miguel 60% no. Shahida said 95% yes. Miguel 95% yes. Lindy. Look at Tanya. It's like you want to fight me.
That I just don't see it.
Vanessa, please, you start.
Well, they started off perfect, and then when he was getting annoyed, and that's when it seemed a little bit abusive, verbally abusive, and she was crying, and she literally was like, I'm being myself. I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to please you, because she's, I don't want to say distracted, but she's all over the place. And that's her personality. She's not doing it out of malice. And I think he was just like, that switch was like, it came off very abusive. And didn't it scare you as an audience? Like, oof, if he gets a little bit, yeah. So, but I was surprised that went through.
Really?
You thought Miguel was going to say no?
I thought she was going to be too afraid to continue the relationship, because she was afraid of how he was making her feel, and like she would never be able to please him or be herself, because that was kind of the running. I don't know what to say. I look someplace and you're mad at me, and I say something and you're mad at me, and and he seemed like really tightly wound. Ugh. I think, so, but obviously. That's a good combination, because she's all over the place and he's tightly wound, and he, she eases him up, and I guess she doesn't mind, compromising, I guess, to his, I don't know what.
Going back to what Shahida said like a couple of weeks ago, is he's not the person that all his friends say he is. Like he's not this
some sap.
Happy-go-lucky, Dungeons and Dragons type of nerdy, type of nice guy who's so sensitive. First of all, why did he read the poem? Why did he write a poem? Why is he stop with the poems, Miguel?
He's trying to get discovered.
It was not good either. Anyway,
it was like, remember last season? It was like the guy who, the guy who played the guitar all the time. Oh, you know what? That's the other show. That's Love is Blind. Remember Love is Blind?
Oh yeah.
Where he was playing the guitar all the time, and they ended up not working out. I got to do my research, but anyway, that serenading thing, I get it.
Go ahead, Tanya. The face, she looked like she was gonna fight all of us. Go ahead, boo.
No, I'm just saying, you all know how I feel about that situation already.
She hates Lindy Ness. She hates Lindy.
Lindy is absolutely
because she's because she came from a very religious background, and those working with, and this is not out of school, but you saw POTUS. So Julianne Hough came from Idaho, big family, big Mormon family. So there's a side of her and she went to London to be a professional train and all that stuff. So there's a insulated side of that community that is not aware of the world. So they're learning stuff for the first time. And it's not a diss. I'm just saying that psychologically, like, oh my God, I've never done this, because they were so sheltered as a religious community. So I saw that in Lindy because she grew up in a very religious society. So they don't have the awareness that we have, because we have the media and life and the cities that we know. We've got that kind of street, just like awareness. So I understand how naive she is, and I get it. I don't think it's an act. I really think that she's discovering stuff. I think that she gets hurt because she doesn't know how to deal with, well, this is who I am. And so she doesn't have that awareness that obviously Alexis has, that complete street. I know how to put up, those masks to get around situations. So that vulnerability, I know that you think it might be a put on, but I believe it. I really think that she is that naive, unsophisticated type.
She's like a puppy golden retriever, like a not, she's like, oh
yeah. I said that after she told her story, and she told, and after that, I really kind of like, you know what? I like Lindy, and even in all her flightiness, I recognize some of that shit in myself, and I'm citywide, okay? But I can be like that all that way too. I did not like him because I felt like he played mind games with her, gaslighting her the entire time. There were some things, yes, about her that, of course, would annoy anybody, but that's not how you approach her. He did things like, withholding talking to her.
Withholding affection too. Remember, she said, I want can you just hold me or hug me? He was like, no.
Right. You don't do that to people that you claim to love. You don't. And I'm not a big fan of like, I'm not going to talk to you until I'm ready. I get that part, but just say, you know what? I just need to cool down for a little bit and we can come back to this. But just and not talking. How old are you, sir? No. I didn't like the way he treated her. Yes, she is annoying. Yes, she's childlike. But it's not intentional to be mean. She's not a mean person. I felt that he was being mean to her.
Yes.
Go ahead, girl.
No, I'm good. I got nothing to say.
Tanya, you got stuff to say, Chris. Why are you playing us right now?
All I'm saying is I'll be stunned if they survive. I don't think they're going to last at all.
I don't know about that.
Let her have one tantrum.
I think he likes being in power. I think he likes the control. I think he can mold her into what. Look, he got her to sleep with her. He'd sleep with him. Remember, she was kind of like whatever. And he remember early on he was like. Remember early on he was like, with the massage, and he was trying to get her. He was trying to get her to. She was kind of like, and then she slept with him. And then he turned the emotional tables on her of like, and because she's all like emboldened to him now. He knows what he's doing, but to have someone like that to mold into what you want, because she's doing everything she can not to interrupt him, not to doing the right thing. Am I doing the right thing? But she's still in love with him. So I think it might work. I think it might work. unless she wakes up and grows up and be like, you know what, you
ain't all that.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what? I watched the show. Like, I watched the show. You a gaslight motherfucker. So,
but I think too the last episode for all the couples was, like I said, manufactured drama, because we all went into this week really not really thinking, especially with Lindy, because I thought that there was a strong chance too that she would just say no because of the way they left it off last week. And I feel like that last week was scripted.
Yeah. She's not strong enough. She's not strong enough to say no.
Well, no, I think too, if you listen to her a couple of weeks ago, how she described marriage and being all in, and that's probably part of her religious background, and she was all in. Marriage to her is not something you just give up on because you have a little tiff. And that's what she was saying to him. You need to be at the same place I'm at, where this is going to work out no matter what. I think she, out of all of them, was going to stay in the marriage mainly because of her upbringing.
And what she's seen, what's reflected, if she sees the man in power and the wife being subservient, and that's all she knows from her parents and the whole community, you know, it takes those rare ones to break out, to move out, to be on their own, to not get married, to not have 5 kids, you know. So yeah, I totally agree.
All right, who's next?
She still hates Lindy. She'll always hate Lindy.
Oh, you know I will, Chris. There ain't nothing. Listen, I could listen to all 3 of you all day.
She ain't changed her mind. She's like, I don't like her.
No, my mind will not be changed.
Why? What?
Oh,
Just give me 3. Just give me 3.
With Lindy?
Yeah. One.
I mean, I get the whole. I could never be friends with her. Let me just state that. I can accept and respect your upbringing, but it's just something that's just off-putting to me about a grown-ass people acting like, well, hello, puppy, acting like 2-year-olds.
Like you just did? Like you just did. How you just got distracted real quick? Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy.
Hi,
puppy. See? So when Lindy saw that bunny, that's how she felt. That's how Lindy felt when she saw that bunny.
But in the middle of, I mean, if you're with your man, though, I just don't.
In the middle of a deep discussion.
Reciting.
In the middle of a deep discussion. Hi, puppy.
It's not a deep discussion. He was reciting poetry.
I don't sleep with any of y'all. I saw the puppy.
He was doing that badass poetry.
She saw a bunny. She saw a bunny.
Anything to stop them from saying his poetry is awful.
I don't know. It's a combination. It's that, and then her voice. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard for me when she opens her mouth and you did your fun. No, grow up,
Chris. Remember she said Paige, she hated Paige because she did all that baby talk. And then I caught her, I'm like, but you do the baby talk too. Maybe
when I see a cute animal
yourself and Lindy.
Only with the doggies.
No.
You see Prince, if Prince shows his face right now, I go into full do. What's your dog's name, Vanessa? I'm sorry.
That is Gilly. She's 5 years old.
Gilly, I see Gilly, and I'm like, oh, stink.
And then Roscoe's sitting on the couch in the back over there. I don't know if you can see.
Look at those
Roscoe. Here he comes.
Oh boy,
Roscoe, come on, come over here. Get out here. Yes.
Chris, has Prince ever met the puppies?
No. He's great.
Roscoe.
Say hi, big boy. Say hi. Okay, thank you. You can go sit down now. Thank you.
Roscoe's like, I want to be on TV too. And then here comes my other stink. I stink, Princey.
Who is next, ma'am? Who is next?
Oh, next is we got Kristen and Mitchell.
Too bad.
Let me read what you all said. Where's Kristen? What Chris? Okay. So Tanya, you gave that fake answer 50-50 for both. That's a non-answer.
Exactly. What was I going to say?
Chris, you said Mitch 55% no.
Oh.
And you said Kristen 55% no.
Oh.
I said Kristen 70% no, and I said Mitch 70% yes.
Wow.
I thought he was going to say yes. I was surprised. But I will say this. You all said in order of who goes first.
Right. That was.
If he had said yes, Kristen would have said yes.
Yeah.
And I thought no matter what, she would have said no. I thought she did not show strength at all in that last episode. Because when she kept saying leaving the door open and all that stuff, are you not hearing this man? He does not want you. He is saying it. He has proven it to you over the last 8 weeks. And it really hurt me the last few scenes, because if he had not spoke up at that dinner, she still would have been hanging on. She still would have been, and I did not expect that from her. I thought she was stronger than that. I had been saying it all week, but go ahead.
Yeah, but she was strong enough to say no, because she went first.
No, he went first.
He went first. That's right.
Yeah,
he went first.
So but that's what I'm saying. If he had that whole long speech he gave, but if he had said yes,
she would have said
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little confused. You could hear it in her voice. You could see it in her eyes. She wanted it. She was going to say yes. And he knew it too.
Yeah, I was confused at that whole leave the door half ajar bullshit. I'm just like, that didn't make any sense to me. It just, you get a divorce, figure it out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying to her, why would you do that when you've already been through 8 weeks with this person and he's never given you 100%?
Right.
But do you think Mitch, I mean, knowing him and watching his whole thing, do you think he gives anybody 100%? You know, even though he wants the surfer girl, the hot chick, it's almost like it's not like he has Asperger's, but it's almost like there's some component that he can't engage. It's that he sees everything in this kind of filter and he's never totally in. I don't think he can ever be in with anybody.
Yeah. He's just one way all the time. I think the only time I saw any type of semblance of like happiness or like him like really, really enjoying himself was when she imitated him at the couple's getaway. And she came out dressed as him and he was laughing like all get out. And he thoroughly enjoyed that. Other than that, he was just like, And then when he's with his nieces.
Could you imagine going on any kind of date with him and him? How many times do you think he would talk about plastics or why you don't use that straw? Or, I mean, he could not probably go 15 minutes without commenting if, her spoon was not.
But it's also shaming too. It's not one thing like, did you know? It's like, oh, there you go again. Oh, like you're the problem. So that whole like judgment thing, he never let that down. She, again, another female who's trying to like, how do I please him? What do I do right? And so it's like, you always have your back up on the wall, trying to make him feel comfortable. And that was really, I was hurt and sad for her. It's exactly what you said, because, he was very like, it's not fair to you. You deserve somebody who's attracted to you, which is like, oh, fuck you. It's like, which is what she was always working with. Like, I want somebody who wants me. So, I don't think he'll ever be.
He dissed her looks. He took the ring off. He wouldn't wear the damn shirt. Wouldn't wear the damn shirt. Wear the fucking shirt, Mitch. Yeah. Wear the damn shirt. Wouldn't do that. Mitch is all about Mitch.
Yeah.
I listen to a nice surfer girl named Sandy, who's probably 22 or something, where he can mold her into whatever he wants to mold her into or something, because he's not going to have an established woman. Yeah. And she was the most mature out of everybody in terms of the most together, the most emotionally balanced, the most, the most complete person, I thought, out of everybody. And she was trying really hard for me.
She worked the hardest, I think, of all the wives.
Really changing herself, trying to, she didn't wear, you notice that towards the end, she wasn't wearing as much makeup as she used to.
But I loved her argument.
He didn't like her. Yeah. He didn't like her wearing makeup that much. So in the last couple of episodes, if you watch, she didn't have, because she used to be glammed up a little bit at the beginning. And he said, I don't like you.
She wasn't like Alexis Glam, who did
full
lash, full coverage,
right.
contour. She was beat to the all the time.
Yes, she was.
She was never at that level. And then when she said, I want somebody who wants me with a little bit of makeup, that was like, yes, do you, you know?
Yeah.
I really misread her though, because I really felt that she was stronger than that. I really knew that she was going to go into decision day like, you don't let me be myself. You don't respect who I am. You're not attracted to me. And I wish you all the best. Goodbye. But she sat there broken, in my opinion. She looked broken to me after he did that whole spiel and then said no. And I hate it when a guy does that, like, it's not me, it's not you, it's me thing. And that's really what he did, but we all know it's you. I don't want you. And that's how he tried to preface it. And it was heartbreaking watching her. Out of all the couples and out of all the things that happened, that was the most disappointing because she was the most mature. And I thought that her self-conscious would kind of like leap out and be like, no matter what you hear him say, that subconscious would be like, no, girl, you got to pick you, girl. You got to pick you.
And she did that though. No, but she did say no because, but the thing about it was Mitch gave just enough to be like, he changed. He really changed from at the beginning to, he really grew in terms of being affectionate with her, with the dog, giving her little bits of hope, little bit. And towards the end, he was like, you know what? I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. He was making changes, major changes, just enough for her to be like, could there be? No. But she's like, but he's coming around. Oh my God, with the dog and surfing with the dog. Oh my God. Oh, and I miss your girls. He gave her just enough potential that maybe if he comes around, but enough. If she had said yes, then I would agree with you. But she did say no, but still in her heart, she really would like to be married and have a kid, and not necessarily with Mitch, but someone who she just wanted it badly. But and also at the end, when Mitch said, that whole thing went down, she's like, all right, that's what I need to hear. I'm done.
That's what I'm saying. She was still holding out for him until that very last. So that's not picking yourself. At that point, that's just like, you know what? I'm totally defeated. She didn't pick herself first.
She said no.
No, you're right, Shahida, because when they showed up to the group thing, like they came in all lovey-dovey, sitting next to each other, all close to each other. The body language was like,
his facial expression.
Yeah. So that's why when, messy Alexis had to bring it up.
And everybody's
and then like, going again. She got to go again.
When the door ajar thing, messy ass Alexis, and he made it very clear. And you see how Kristen's face, she was stunned he's like, that's not, he's like, I don't want you to think that that's what I said, because I've never once said that there's going to be a door open or whatever. And she's like, whoa. And I'm just like, so what were you thinking?
She was thinking that they would still be together, just not married.
Even in his speech, though, he was giving her indications that he was, it's just not, but just
she didn't hear it. She wasn't listening. She was still going by her heart, which I get, but I thought she was smarter than that because he had already given her all the whole time.
When are people smarter than their heart? Rarely can you overcome your heart.
The heart once.
Yeah, that's why I stay alone.
You got one time to fuck me over. No.
Yep. One and done. I did my one and done. I'm done. I'm over. I'm retired. Catch me out there like no fool.
You know that whole adage: women marry men for their potential, and men marry women thinking that they have to change. So they're like, this is who you are. if you change, that's not who I married. And women are like, this is what I expected of you. And if you don't get there, that's not who I married. So that's how our brains work. We're like, big picture, we can get there. Let's do it together. And men are like, love you now. Don't change. This is who I married. This is who I want you to stay. So I'm sure she was still like, okay, we've gotten this far, Mitch. I can believe that we can get further. And he's like, never saw it. Thanks for helping me grow, but you're still not who I want,
Yeah. And you'll never be.
Listen, y'all, my decision day would have been the day that I saw his rusty ass stove and that nasty ass refrigerator
and the shower.
That dirty ass shower. Yeah. I would have been like, Dr. Pepper, I need you to come to my apartment because I ain't living with him. Because thank God they didn't show the damn toilet. Because if his house looks like I could only imagine what that toilet bowl looks like. Mitch from that day has always been Dirty Mitchell to me.
Nasty
Dirty Mitchell.
He's gonna find some nice homeless girl.
Amelia, I keep saying Amelia from the New Orleans season. That bitch didn't shave.
Amelia's a doctor. She ain't gonna.
But she likes her filth too. She's like the female him. She likes her filth. She doesn't put makeup on. She doesn't wash. She doesn't shave.
She's not cute.
I don't remember that part.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, I don't remember her saying
dirty. She's just weird.
She was just weird. Yeah.
It's the dirty backpack click. That's what he needs to be.
Basically. Listen, I couldn't have given him there's no way I would have given him a chance. I don't care how awesome you are. Bro, if your house is looking like that and you are a 41-year-old man, yeah. Unacceptable.
Plus, don't you
all
think
kind of red flags.
But Kristen wanted to prove it to her father too, because remember that was kind of like, "What are you doing?" He was really against it.
Yeah,
hang in there. I have something to prove to you that I'm not crazy. I know you're trying to talk me out of it.
I forgot.
I was there in the beginning, true. Like they were.
Right.
And that's very powerful because I am a sucker like that for my parents, and sometimes I have to overcorrect my reactions to things because I know that I'm just doing it to please them. So I get it, but I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Poor Kristen.
She's gonna find some nice dude though.
She'll find somebody. Somebody will reach out and they'll fall in love with her.
How old is she again?
37, right? No, Stasha's 37. She's 30. I think she's 37 because she wants a baby immediately. Yeah. Oh, maybe she's 32.
I don't know how old she is. All right, so Chris, you saw the preview to the reunion.
Ooh.
Did we think that anybody is still married?
Oh, Nate and Stasha is still married.
I'm gonna say that the only one. I'll say that Nate and Stasha are still married. I guess I might as well throw in.
And I'm gonna go with Lindy and Miguel. Still married.
They'll still be married.
Yeah.
They'll still be married. I'm trying to find her age.
Who, Kristen?
Kristen's age, yeah.
But we shall see because from what I've been told.
But you got to see the preview.
I don't even want to see it now. I'll have to admit, I went online to look for it and it wasn't pulling up. So I'll just have to see if I'm on Lifetime one day and they show the preview. But if I don't see it, no big deal. What's next week? Is it next week?
Next week is the first part of the reunion.
Okay.
First part of the reunion.
Before we sign off, did y'all watch the new season of Love is Blind?
I started to.
Tried.
Oh no, is it out?
Oh, Vanessa,
I started to.
Watch that.
I'll dive in tonight.
I tried. I couldn't get to it. What?
How many did you watch, Shahida?
Huh?
How many did you watch?
I watched one episode.
I watched all of it.
And I barely made it through that. I did not. I wasn't engaged.
Well, they truly put it, like they do. They only put out 4 episodes, I think, or 3, 4, 5 episodes. And then they'll come back, I think, in a couple of weeks with the rest or what have you. I watched it. I don't want to say anything to ruin it for you guys, but all I'm gonna say And you know how I feel about my dating choices. If I date, what my preferences are. But all I got to say is Andrew Chow. I was texting y'all. Remember in our group text?
I remember.
Andrew.
We were calling bullshit.
Vanessa, when you watch and from the previews, listen to me. Andrew had me sitting here. When he came up on the screen, I was like, who is that? And then when he opened his mouth, panty droppers. Oh,
I saw him in the first episode.
Yeah.
That man has got swag, but he does something. See, it's like Andrew has a level of pettiness that
I heard that.
Swoon over. Like he is petty, and I fell in love with him just based off of his sheer pettiness. I was like, plus he can dress his ass off. I'm not fond of the men with the tight suits, the whole British European tight suit thingy. Not a real fan of it, but he was making them look really well. And y'all got to watch some Andrew. That's all I got to say.
I'm just waiting for Love Is Blind Japan to come back. That was the only show I liked.
Oh, wasn't that so good?
Girl, you know I can't keep up with those
That was so good. That was so
subtitles words. The subtitles. I'm too busy. When I watched it last time, my eyes were like at the bottom of my screen. I couldn't focus on the characters.
Yeah.
Or the people, I should say, not characters. I couldn't focus on the people because I'm like, what's that say? Oh, and I got to rewind it just to catch up and read it again.
But it was a good series. It was much better than the American version because they were really serious. You got to watch it. Try it. Try it again.
Did you watch Brazil? Love Is Blind Brazil?
Yeah.
You watched
that one.
I watched Brazil. Yeah.
There's a Love Is Blind Brazil?
Oh, yeah. It was interesting because there's so much more sexual in Brazil.
Oh, well, wait.
I missed that.
Who's much more sexual? Brazil? I would
Brazilians, Brazilians were fucking.
Oh, of course they were. I was saying. I thought you said
Brazilians were like, let's get into. I was like, damn, you guys are like.
What do they speak in Brazil? Portuguese? Portuguese?
Yeah, Portuguese.
All right.
Oof. Y'all.
All right. That's it, right?
I'm trying to find the reunion thing. God dang it.
Oh, what? The clip?
Trailer?
You gotta see the clip. But anyway.
Vanessa, what you got? Well, we haven't talked since POTUS. Thank you again. The show was absolutely spectacular.
It was hilarious.
Really good.
We had fun.
What you got going on now?
So after I finished that, I went to London to shoot season 2 of Queen of the Universe, which will be out on Paramount Plus. Probably.
I saw last season. It was good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, so I'm a judge, and this year, so Leona Lewis had a baby when we were shooting, so Mel B joined our judging panel, so she's going to be with me and Trixie Mattel and Michelle Visage. And then I just finished, now I'm in concert mode. I did, Toronto, I was in Nashville, I was in New York Philharmonic on Wednesday, and then I've got the Sheen Center December and a week at 54 Below in Manhattan. So it's concert season. Yeah. But
because Christmas, you got that bomb ass Christmas album. So you got
a lot of tunes. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. And then my grandson will be 1 in December. So this is his first Halloween. It's going to be his first Thanksgiving. And his birthday is on December 28th. So a lot of firsts coming up.
That's why you're working so hard, because he's going to break you. All your money, just go. Okay, funny story. So my grandson, right? He texted me the other day and he goes, so what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, Darius, I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm Muslim. He's Christian, of course. So he's like, I don't celebrate Christmas. He goes, oh yeah, I forgot. But here's my list.
Darius ain't nothing nice.
Here's my list.
He is nothing nice.
And what did I go? Okay, I got you. I'm just gonna get it before Christmas because I don't celebrate Christmas. Still sucker. Your little grandson Tanya's gonna steal him, so don't let her anywhere near your grandson.
He's a lover. He loves to laugh. He's a laugher.
He's so fucking cute.
Are you still looking for the trailer?
Yeah.
He's all concentrating.
I'm surprised they don't have it a preview of it.
I did. I looked on YouTube and everything. I was like, you know what? No biggie. I'm not worried about it.
I gotta run because I have my polling training.
All right.
Okay.
Well, listen. Let me hold on. Let me just exit out of here. Thank you.
Hey, look.
Wait. What will Married at First Sight season 15 reunion part 1 be? Justin alleges Nate made a pass at him. What?
Justin. Oh, so Justin alleges Nate. So you said it the other way around. You said Nate.
Nate hit on Justin.
But you didn't.
I said Nate hit on Justin. Justin said that Nate hit on him.
Yeah,
I don't believe it. I believe it when I see it.
He said, his says, bruh, you made a pass at me twice before the show. Justin tells Nate another thing. What pass? Nate responds. You were hitting on me, Justin points out. Nate and Justin continue to talk after Justin makes his surprising claim. As reunion host Kevin Frazier rushes to attempt to settle the tension, Justin eventually stands up and implies he wants to fight Nate. Yeah, it gets. That's what I'm trying to find. I don't know why they don't have the thing.
I love Kevin Frazier. I think he does a great job. He gets right into it. No apologies. Yep. He's not soft at all. He calls people out. I love him. Yep. Yeah.
Yep. I like him. I like him on that. So yeah.
Wow.
Same with Rudy Huxtable. I feel the same about Keisha Knight Pulliam on the after party. A lot of people like on the Facebook pages and stuff, they don't really like her. They're not feeling her. I love her because she's straight, no chaser. She just, calls people out on their BS. I like her.
It now appears that Ben believes Justin is partially to blame for his separation from Morgan.
Justin?
Yeah. Ben, did Justin do you dirty? Frazier queries. Ben answers, yeah. Telling you.
But it wasn't Justin. It was freaking Alexis.
Yeah, but he said Justin confided. It's a whole. It'll be interesting. We'll
so Justin's at the root of a lot of drama, huh?
Yeah. But it's Alexis at the root of it. Both of them, I guess. Yeah.
Right. We thank you, Vanessa.
You're welcome.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Say goodbye.
Bye, Roscoe.
Goodbye.